Peace and love, my darlings. Blessed good morning. Good morning. Alafia, Sitaram. Blessings to you all. So this morning I sit down here and I tell myself, we're going to talk about personal happiness and how that is so important and how it affects our mental state, our emotional state, our physical state. You ever notice people who are spiritual or people who go to church a lot, they tend to be looking angry and they're upset. They have a face as if the world going an end. Or they would have a face as if they are so proud, so they walk around as, I's a spiritual this and I's a spiritual that. You understand? That I cannot smile, I have to take life serious. Brothers and sisters, blessed morning, who come in. You see, you had to understand, we on this planet, we are here for a time and a season. And for you to go through life in a state where you're always, it's like you can't stop and just embrace the beauty that is life, you understand? And the reason why I would say that, I will explain. We go into school when from kids growing up, and then we would go high school and then finish, go tertiary school, then come out in the world of work. And we always busy. We human beings always busy. Alright? We always busy to go somewhere, to achieve something. But then when we achieve it, sometimes we doesn't start to see it don't be valuable no more. And then we go on to something else so that we can appease ourselves to feel good. So we are on a constant race through time. From as they start to walk, it's like the race start. And you're just on a go, constantly seeking something, constantly trying to achieve something. And then when you achieve it, you feel good for a while. It's like a rush. And then after a while, the rush decreases and life continues. So you're going on to look for a next rush. Likewise in relationship. When you now get into a relationship, there is a rush. There is a feeling, there's adrenaline, there's the hormones, everything. It's this constant boost that we look for. That as we go through relationship and we don't get a boost no more, or we don't get that rush of energy no more, we then start to see our partner different. Then we start to see life boring. We start to see all these different things. You see, the reason why I'm saying this is this, to understand. We are constantly looking for something that is inside of us. We are constantly on our go to look for something that is already inside of us. You is light and you generate light within you. You can create and you can shift your emotions and your energy if you want, if you learn to understand this. So therefore, you would spend more time internally, develop internally how to control these emotions rather than running on the outside constantly to seek you can find these emotions of gratification from an external force. So the reason why I'm saying this is this. Too many of us are going through life and are not happy. Too many of us are in spirituality or in search of God, but they look at it as if it's a task that is so difficult, or that is so hard, and that is, you have to be a certain way and your face have to be serious. And you ever notice spiritual people, like, they're just afraid to laugh, they're afraid to shine, they're afraid, or their face, you can see, it's like you're only seeing trouble and vexation. And I always ask myself from little, why would they be looking like this? And when you talk to them, they will give you a big smile. But then other than that, they face serious again. But I have come to realize something, brothers and sisters. Joy and happiness and love must first be internally within yourself in order for you to give towards others. Because when it is you're giving towards others, but you don't have that joy, that satisfaction, that self-esteem, that love within your own self, it's like you're living a false life. Because truth must exist within before you can give externally. People has asked me, Mother, are you so young, or you so spiritual, and you always laughing, and watch at your face always shining. Not to say I don't have difficult times, not to say I don't have situation where sometimes spirit come on me and may have me in a way where sometimes it takes a while to come out. But after, I would laugh. Because you know why? Because I understand life is beautiful. It's not people who say this world terrible. Darling, it's not the world. It's we human beings. What is be harsh to one another? What is be difficult to one another? What does walk around and doesn't understand who we are internally, but we searching for ourselves outside ourselves. And a lot of time we just get ourselves in trouble when we are not fulfilled. Many of us go through life, and let me tell you something. How do you become fulfilled? You become fulfilled by the renewing of your mind, by renewing of your outlook on how you see life. You see, we human beings have many births we go through as we get older. So not just the births, whereas we come from the womb and walk around. There are births and cycles of layers of ourselves we enter into every time that we go internally to deal with situations and deal with ourselves so that we can evolve to a higher state of thinking, of behavior, of attitude. You see, let me tell you something. When you understand that no one is responsible for your happiness, no one owes you happiness. Happiness is something that if you receive it on the outside, it is an added bonus. It is an added bonus. You is responsible within your internal world to make yourself happy, to be happy. And sometimes we just get angry when somebody on the outside do not give us that boost. But then if you could sit down and you could change your mindset to create happiness within yourself, you will realize that you don't necessarily need a lot of people around you to be happy. You would realize that you don't need somebody to praise you all the time for you to be happy. You see, because let me tell you something. People walk around every day and seeking justification from people outside of themselves. People who have not experienced their life. Let me tell you something. A person may watch you and say you look beautiful. A person may come and compliment you, but they cannot tell you internally your experience through this life. So that is why I say that your relationship with God is a personal one. Your experience with the Creator, with the universe, is a personal one. Because your soul is seeing through the physical vessel, experiencing the ether around you. But then it affects your internal being. And it gives you a mindset of how you perceive and understand the reality that you are experiencing. So that is why we have to understand that everybody views lives differently. So you cannot go through life justifying everybody else. You only can justify yourself and in your life and how you view and see things. So that's why when I come on the line and I teach, I am literally just telling you how I see, how I experience God in whatever way. You understand what I'm saying? Because let me tell you something. Your perception, you might peep through a hole, right? And you might see, like we say, an apple. When you peep through the hole, you see an apple. But somebody might come and peep through the hole and see a pear. And then somebody else go peep through the hole and see a pineapple. And then the three of them quarreling. Boy, I see an apple. It's an apple I see. The next one say, no, boy, it's a pineapple I see. And next one gonna say, boy, no, it's a pear I see. But when all of them raise up and look beyond the hole, what they were sowing, it had an apple, a pineapple, and a pear. So the three things was there. But when they was looking, each one was only seeing one fruit. So at that point in time, through their perception, that is all they thought they knew. You understand what I'm saying? So therefore, with life, your perception of how you see life will be different to somebody else. But that doesn't mean your perception is wrong compared to what somebody else see. It's just that we learning and we seeing things in their own experience to develop us, to help us to get what we need. All right? And let me explain. Each one of us have different needs. Each one of us have different needs because each one of us are different levels of consciousness existing in this realm. So therefore, what you need compared with somebody else's need might be different. It has some people, they will tell you, here what? I need money to survive. I need it. I cannot do it. I will die without money. And then you will find it has somebody will say, I don't need money to survive. I can survive it on my own. Because once its nature is available, I know I will survive. So again, on the perception of their life and how they view and the mental strength, this basically help them to see life in a specific way. And I don't want to go down too much into parables because I want all to understand my spirit telling me to tell all it today. Happiness is your responsibility within yourself to give yourself happiness. It is very sad to see that many of us live in life every day and not experiencing happiness. You have the ability to experience happiness regardless of what it is you face. It depends on how you face it. Because if it is you walking around and you have been disappointed many times throughout your life, and you walking around with the spirit of disappointment on your back, therefore everything in your life will seem to be disappointed. Why the universe so? Why this happening so? Why this happening so? You're constantly in disappointment. But then if your mindset is different and you see there is disappointment, you will going to laugh. You're going to say, hey, Father God, I say, I don't know. You have a reason behind this. There is a reason behind it, so you understand? And you see above it, you see, because let me tell you something, darling. When we are on the ground floor and we are walking through Earth, walking through the planet, like, okay, I live Trinidad. So you're walking through Trinidad, you're seeing the little tree, you're seeing this around here, you're seeing that around here, wherever. This is where you're seeing. But if I take a plane and I fly up in the sky, and I will see a bigger range, and I will see a lot more things, and I would see my perception of what I think I would see it in a greater way. Meaning to say, basically, is that you may be going through some things and you tell yourself, this is the worst. I can't get out of this. It's difficult. It's hard. It's horrible. It is that. Because you're seeing just that. But step out of it and go above it and see, basically, that here what? This is just a fluke in the existence of everything that is happening around you. Because you might be disappointed with this scenario, with this human being or this person. But then the sun is shining. Then the earth is together. Then you are breathing. Then you are moving. And then as long as you're moving, as long as you're breathing, as long as you're operating, there is a chance to change. There is a chance for disappointment to change to something else. And that is for some people. But for others who have learned to train their mindset and grow and evolve, disappointment don't seem to be bothering them because they understand if there is disappointment, then that is not for me. So they view life in a positive manner constantly. That even though the storm come, even though Corona happened, even though this what happened, they view life always looking at life as if it is a lesson, as if it is something to use to grow, and also seeing the betterment of it constantly. You see, there are people on this life, their spirit is so high and so divine, that to every trouble, to every problem they face, they see it basically not as trouble, not as problem, not as disappointment, but they see it as a way to grow. They see it as a lesson to receive. They see it as something like, yeah, boy, this one kind of difficult, yeah, but I go take a little more energy here now. It's like if you're in the gym. So when you're going to the gym and you now start and thing, the journey seems to be huge because you're right here and you want to get to this point. It's huge. But then you take it one step at a time, but you keep your mindset. You see, a lot of people want to lose weight and thing. I just draw an example. But a lot of people are not consistent. A lot of people have not changed their mindset. A lot of people have not basically changed the reality of how they see life in order to bring forth that which they want. So first and foremost, they look for the quickest fix. The next thing they do is that as you grow constantly, you start from little. Eventually, when you reach down there and you see the ability of weight that you could lift with your small self and your pumping, it in itself is like, it makes you so strong mentally so that you do not back down from a challenge. You are excited to face the challenge, to see if that you are able to lift this weight, to see if you are able to go beyond the point that you could normally achieve. And it brings you so much satisfaction. It brings you so much joy. It brings you so much upliftment within your mental state, your physical state, and your emotional state. And I just draw that as an example for you to observe life. You see, life always teaching us every day, every minute, in every situation. Because if you was to study life, it would take you so much time to study life. And people might tell you, but I something this, I have to do that. But listen, there is layers to love. There is layers to kindness. There's layers to happiness. There's layers to emotional health. There's layers to mental development. There is consciousness within how you eat. There is consciousness within how you think. There is consciousness within your behavior. There is consciousness within a blade of grass. There is depth to everything around you. Everything. There is so much depth. But many of us have not even touched just the brink of understanding certain things, because we are always busy outside ourselves. We do not spend enough time with ourselves. We do not spend enough time with our emotions to speak to our emotion and put our emotions in check. Because you have to remember that your mind is governing. Your spirit is driving this machine, this body here. So therefore you must understand that you is not the body. You have to understand you is not the body. You are driving the mechanism. You seeing life through the body. When somebody touch you, are they touching your soul? No, they are not. They are touching your physical vessel. Your eyes, finaye, which is the doorway to your soul, which is light and energy that exists within you. Nobody can touch you, so expect spirit touch spirits. Because in order to touch that, it means to say that a spirit have been speaking, or somebody said something profound, or that the fact is within your dreams and vision, spirit actually touch you. But for yourself, for somebody to touch you so and say they touch your soul, no, darling. Spirit must touch spirit. That is why a lot of times we think that we are the body. We think this is we. So when it is you get lashed, pow, you think your soul get lashed. No, your spirit good inside of you. You good. When you in pain and you bawling, oh God, my foot, oh God, my hand, oh God, my this. Your spirit inside of you just telling you, be strong, be strong, be strong. It's the nervous system that is built inside of you that is feeling the pain, that telling the brain that you're feeling pain, there is a problem that is in the body. But the spirit is not feeling no pain. The spirit there watching you, so experiencing life. So you getting pain today, boy. Let me see if I could give him a little knowledge. All right, use some saffron there. Oh, fna bene. Oh, yo. Hey. You understand? So the spirit is attaining knowledge as it goes through life, while the physical body is experiencing, and the spirit is constantly learning, absorbing everything, bearing witness to everything. So the more knowledge that you contain within yourself, the more you can fix problem in the physical reality of yourself, in the physical body. So you sit down there and the spirit watching you. So, oh God, me shoulders are tell me, oh, hey, me baby, oh, all of that. The spirit goes, all right. Oh God, all this noise. Better you take eyes. Pack and you put something and get some this and get some that. The spirit start to talk to the body now. Start to talk to the brain. What. So the brain now then give command for the physical body to take action. Hey, Papa. You understand what I'm saying? So observe. If you watch yourself. Now listen. Go in the mirror or go somewhere and watch yourself. You just see like somebody watching you. You just see as if your spirit or some stranger. Look at yourself in your eye, and you will feel your eye. You just see the difference between your soul and your body, because your soul will be telling your physical, don't worry yourself. You could do this. Yes, sir. You could do it. That is your soul, your spirit guide, all of the energies of the unseen telling you that. But you can't really, how to put it, some people can't really connect that way, because they still have growing to do. But some of all, you know what I'm talking about. All right? Yeah. So this morning I sit down here And Spirit had to talk to me and tell me, I need to come and tell people basically to be happy on this road. Spirituality is not an easy thing. Do you understand? It is not. So if it is you're walking in spirituality and you tell yourself that here what is an easy thing, it's not. It becomes easy basically when the mind has developed to overcome and see it in a different way. Understand that to see life beautiful, though regardless of the problems, the situations, see it beautiful. When you see life beautiful, don't matter what troubles, what problem you face, you are able to deliver. Your deliverance is come faster. Spirit is come faster, because when your energy is low and you walking around guffed up like this big tonto, this Spirit is what you sound. So look at this idiot now, boy. I have seen that. Spirit is what you sound. So look at this idiot. And you know what they do? Hit with some tap. What up, what up, what up? Look at this fool. And then how we tumbling like dodo birds. Because we tell ourselves we know how we walking around, so we proud. We more serious. Many times, I see Spirit do that. Trip you and high up, tripping. You're walking on the road and you're telling yourself, hey, boy, you put on that thing. Well, you know, they had to see me. You know, but then all of a sudden, a big stone trip you. You want to know how you trip. Because Spirit telling you, hey, calm yourself. Life is beautiful. We on a constant roller coaster to prove something to somebody. For somebody to give you glory and to give you praise. As long as you good in yourself. As long as you build a relationship within yourself. To understand the worth and value of who you are. Then you don't necessarily need the praise of others to validate who you are. But you must walk to understand, don't matter how gifted you is, don't matter how rich you is, don't matter how much wisdom you have to walk with the lowliness, the humility to understand my greatness is a drop in the bucket within this universe. My knowledge that I know is but a drop in the vastness of the universe. That many times I just see, sometimes you know people who now come into consciousness, right through the talking, or the conscious, everybody they want to change, everybody they want to no, darling, wisdom is understanding when to talk, understanding when people need certain things. So you can't just go around the place and trying to convert everybody. No, because what this happen is a process that takes place. And sometimes people are not reaching to that level of activation and they will find you a nuisance. So therefore you will not be using wisdom. Using wisdom is that you might be sitting in a place. A person might come to you and then start to tell you all the problem, all the business. The person or the soul or the spirit is telling you, I am ready to receive. I am ready to understand. I am looking for a solution. I am ready to grow. But if you walking around and you walking as if you're the big mother, this, big shank, this, big that, and you want everybody to praise you because you decide to walk this path. So therefore, you're walking around with your spirituality as if it's something to for sure. As if it's something for people to fear you. As if it's something for people to, it's like you're trying to force something that is not there. Let me show you something. A real spiritual person don't need to impress nobody. A real spiritual person acts only when Spirit tells them to act. They do not walk about as if and beat their chest to say this and that. You understand? Because with humility, they understand with all that I know. There are many things I still do not know. With all that I can do, there is greater beings on the universe than me. There is greater entities, there are greater forces that exist. So therefore, I am grateful for the knowledge. I am grateful that these beings or spirit is walking with me. But because they are walking with me, doesn't mean that I'm going to walk wrong. And I'm going to say, listen, you need to bow down. And you need to who know this. And you're that. No, you don't need to do that, my darling. You don't need to do that. A person will say, but I'm a good person. I's a good person, you know. I's a good person. But go and ask the neighbor what kind of person is. Ask the children what kind of person is. Ask the people who know them in the life what kind of person is. Because I can't understand how you can say you good. I doesn't tell myself I good at all. You know, we just do good acts. We do good acts sometimes. But there is no one that is totally you good. No, you are a liar. Because likewise, the sun rise and set, the moon take its course, and so forth and so forth. Because in life, there are times when you would have to be the warrior. There are times when you will have to defend yourself. There are times when you will have to be peaceful. There are times when you will have to be harsh. There are times when you will have to be a strong mindset to overcome the darkness that sometimes you have to face in this life. So don't tell me that you 100%, you 1000%, you telling me that you good. You are a liar. You are a false person. That is why any spiritual person must walk with wisdom and understand that in a blink of an eye, you can fall from your divinity. It's a constant thing that you need to understand that you have to live in constantly in a mindset. And though that you may fall, it is okay. You stand up and say, okay, I'll try again. Because when a baby is growing and walking, a baby falls many times before he starts to walk. And even while walking, his foot is still wobbling. Because he understands that he bones, he muscles and be strong enough to hold, he maintain himself, that he be able to walk solidly. And likewise within us human beings, as we walk through life and we walk in to understand the things of God, the spiritual realm, you will fall many times. You will fall. But the falling is not fair to get up and run in the bush and hide like a puppy and say, me, I done, boy. Oh, God, no. The falling is for you to get up and for you to learn. And so next time when you continue walking, you will understand there are pit holes, there are falls, there are fake prophets and priests, there are fake magicians and healers and all these things. So next time your vision become a little more clear. So as you walk, you will be able to identify certain traits. You will be able to understand certain things because of the fall you fall. But then you will not remain there. And as you continue to grow, continue to walk, you have it's about final known. You're walking constantly in all the difficulties. Then you will be able to be solid and strong in your walk, so that you'll be able now to have more wisdom, because lesson is the developing of wisdom. Knowledge and patience is applied as you walk on the road so that you can understand wisdom. You see, many of us live life. We only want to live life and experience what is happiness. Everybody love happiness. Oh, yo, mama. Over finaline. Papa say, oh, funangono. We want mama, oh, yo, love aline. Love. We want only to feel love, oh. We want to feel only joy, oh. So then, what you're telling me is that you want part of life and you don't want all of it. My darling, as long as you are in this realm, you're going to experience all of it, too. So, funanine. All right. So, therefore, you're going to experience what is sadness. You're going to experience what is disappointment. You're going to experience what is betrayal. Yes. my darlings. So you cannot guard yourself against betrayal. You will experience betrayal. You will experience disappointment and hurts. You will experience these feelings that may not be on the front line of where you like. You will experience what it is to be angry. You will experience what it is to stand up for yourself. All these feelings, all these emotions, all these energies that operate in, you will experience that. So don't let no person come and tell you that God is love, love, love. No, God is everything. God is disappointment. God is happiness. God is love. God is all these things, because God is judgment. God is no. God is the warrior. That is why in the ancient time, when man used to revere God, they saw God in all his different characters. So when they call Masono, they ask God, God of love, we want you to come. Because we need love in this situation. God of mercy, I need you to come. Because this is a time for mercy. God of compassion, we need you to come. Because this is the time for compassion. But when it is they was going to war, Papa, when they was calling for the God of war, they wanted God to fight in the battlefield. They wanted God to give them strength to battle. So what they was calling on the part of God, that was the warrior, the defender. So I want you to be real with yourself, and I want you to be true and watch and see the characteristics that you have and behold within yourself. Is the different energies that you experience and you channeling through life. And likewise, these energies and these feelings or these emotions or all these different things exist within nature that we personify and we give characters and name. And this have been happening from ancient days, when they would tell you that this is this and this is that and this is that. And I want you now to look within yourself and tell yourself, listen, you cannot tell me that you is walking around and your life is only happiness. Show me one person in this world. Let me tell you something. Even the gurus, who is gurus today? You think that they came to a point where they was only in blissfulness? No, my darling. No, my darling. In this life, they experience the different emotions. But you know what they do? They have trained their mindsets that when these emotions come to them, they are able to be transformers. So they transform these energies. And they don't see it as disappointment anymore. They see it as something else. Do you understand this? So this is what has happened within us human beings on a daily basis. You ever see when your children, when you talk to your kids and you get them vexed, all of a sudden what they just do? They just take their rage and start to slam down this, they clean up the house, they start to slam that, slam that, slam that. They take their anger and they try to channel it in a way that is not destructive, because they know if they trip off the parent going to trip off more. And when the parent trip off, the trip off, it is not on that level, oh. Hey! Oh, they have been laughing here today. Hey. All right? So, I want you to learn and understand this, my brothers and sisters. Don't matter how spirit may favor you. Don't matter how amazing you think you are. This is good. But this is so you to feel confident in yourself. It is not to make other people feel intimidated or to make other people feel as if, you understand? Because you must walk with humility to understand the greatest of us in this life is what I drop in the buckets. The greatest of us, Lobo Fnani, Ebe Fini, Adaono, just a drop. To the vastness within the universe, and any spiritual person will let you know. This is the key to understand and say, listen, don't matter how much money I have, don't matter how much people respect me, don't matter, you will still remain humble because you understand that, listen, there is so much more. I just have a little piece that the universe saw that I was worthy to receive, that I can share with others. Let me show you something. We human beings have grown so far from spiritual things that when we see certain things happen, we decide to ball and thing and it's like the slightest little thing. Oh good, but they're balling at the slightest little thing. How we to experience the true manifestation of the Creator when it is small thing. That's how we balling, boy. Excuse me. What happened? Thank you. She going and bathe, but she bawling by the water than jumping up and dancing. You think she easy? Hey. Yeah. So, the little things that we experience with this ball and thing. Imagine God brewing miracles that shaking the earth, that, watch me. Look here. Boy, we ball, eh? We shake and we ball and run down this place, take it, eh? You want to know? Oh God, oh. So that is why I just tell people, how come it have certain people upon the planet, they have such a connection, whereas it have people who searching every day. They're searching, they're doing devotion, they're doing this, they're doing that, they're doing all kind of thing. You understand? To build a connection. What separates them from somebody who has this connection effortlessly? What it is? Most of the time, the persons and them who have it effortlessly is the people who was assigned to walk that road. Is the people who have been assigned. And most of the time, and let me explain, because every one of us spiritual and gifted, but all of us are not healers. All of us are not teachers. All of us are not magicians. All of us is not music, how you call it? Musician, right? Each and every one of us in this life, we have different purpose, and different purpose into different system within the body of the universe. Like I say, the clouds and the earth and the trees and the rivers, everybody have their portion. They don't fight to be what they are not. They operate in the glory of who they are, because in their self they are the strongest, other than trying to be something else. So there are a lot of people in this planet who wants to walk, who wants to say, to seem as if they're so great one, because they run after spirituality for people to adore them and stuff like that. But then a lot of times it's like God has exposed them to let them know all these jokers. A lot of time God has exposed them, because a true spiritual person, let me tell you something, a lot of things you are not able to do, and it is not a burden, it is only to keep you safe Because what has happened, a spiritual person evolves. They evolve physically, they evolve mentally, they evolve in many levels of themselves. Do you understand this? So it means to say they are guided towards evolution. They are guided. So it's like there is a force that guiding them to get on this path, guiding them to be this person, guiding them. So a lot of times you will find people who are really gifted, they tend to run because they don't want to walk that path. Because when you can channel energy and when you can pull information from the divine, it takes a lot from your body, it takes a lot from your mental, it takes a lot. It has you. So, and then you might be in a crowd, but you feeling the energy of everybody in the crowd. So everybody dancing and thing. But you can't dance because it feels like torture being there, because the amount of energies you're picking up on, and you're basically feeling the vibrations and the spiritual residue of the kind of entities attached to people and stuff like that. And next thing too is that, especially when you're now evolving, it is a very difficult task. A lot of times you may not sleep well, because as soon as you lie down, you seeing visions, you seeing dreams, you seeing all these things. It's like your mental body is constantly, you're like, a thought is like you're getting boost after. It's like a boost, like you're constantly getting in your spirit realm. Whereas everything is a lesson, everything is a teaching. So a lot of times people around you just get tired and say, oh God, she always teaching, eh? Oh God, them always talking some righteous thing, eh? Oh God, them always. But it's an upgrade you get in. So with all the information downloading, the people around you may not understand what you are experiencing. They would run from you. But what happened is, when you are able to overcome that and sit in the energies properly, what has happened is the same people who was running from you, they want to run near you. The same people who couldn't take you, and the same people that throw you away, they will come back to you. Because they say, nah, boy, God was doing something to that person, boy. Something was happening in the divinity for that person, boy. When people was rushing you off as if you're mad and you're crazy. You understand what I'm saying? So, these are the things you need to understand and prepare yourself as a spiritual person, because you will see life in a different view. Remember I said that, remember I told you that just now, you will see life in a different view. Whereas people may say, what madness you talking? But that don't mean they don't. Remember the story I now tell you? That don't mean that the pineapple and the pear is not there. Them only seeing the apple. But you seeing the three of them, you seeing apple, pineapple, and pear. Oh God, no. Eh, Papa? Yes. So that was happening. So my darling, let me hear you this morning. What messages, what questions, all at once? Yeah, Ingrid. It's something else. But after you just get the hang of it, and you just get to understand. And spiritual people, I would tell you, be happy. Spirituality is not a burden. It's not to tell you, it's like you go through a phase of transformation, it's difficult, and you come out of that transformation, you're okay. You're able to understand yourself. Every time there is a constant boost or within some life cycle. So let me say within 5 years, you're good. Let me say after 5 years, you get an elevation, you go through a transformation, might be hard, maybe a year or maybe 6 months, depending on how the spirit put you through it. Then boom, you're good again. You're good for the next 10 years. So every time there's a constant evolution that is happening within you. You understand? Likewise within our life. Every year, a child grows. So they constantly getting a boost, but this is in the physical realm. So it means to say, sometimes when you try cutting teeth, it become fussy. You try fussy when you cutting teeth. But the process needs to take place in order to push the teeth through the gum. You understand? Likewise with certain, when you're going through certain uncomfortableness, it is like you're pushing teeth through gum. So it is be hard. But after the teeth come out, you'll get a rest, everything nice. Alright? Until you're ready to get next teeth again, then you will try a transformation, a process. People who understand what I'm saying, who have been through this, they will know what I'm talking about. Alright? Sorry. Any questions this morning? Blessed love, my darlings. Blessed love. Yeah, people, let's brush you off a lot when you're going through a thing. But as soon, let me tell you something. When you think about a guru, alright? Or a spiritual person, a real spiritual person, they, from a young age, they just leave off the world and go in the bush. Because when you see they try to transform themselves in the world, because of the amount of people and the energy of negativity, all this thing, and people will come and they'll see him on that tree meditating, they go pelt stone at him. That's how we human is. They will pelt stone at him, they go try to tickle him, put thing in his nose and all of that. So what the guru does do, they just go far away in the bush, where the animals go just watch them pass and go their way. But we human beings, if we see a man meditating there and that man is moving, well, it'll be a game. Let me see who can make him move now. That is a game for them. Because in their level of consciousness, they don't even perceive and understand the depths and the abilities that this man have. So you know what they'll do? They will go there and they will chuck thing in his nose. They will try to poke him. They go do this, they go do that. As if it's a fun thing. So they will put themselves away. A lot of us in this reality are waking up. And we mightn't be able to go in the bush like you want to. So you have to wake up amongst your fellow men that might treat you hard. But I tell you, once your mindset to understand the transformation has been difficult, but at the end it will settle it out. And then when you start to speak or teach or help or be able to do what you're supposed to do, then they just see the value of it. Then they just understand and say, wow, this person different, boy. And all these different things. Understand? You're welcome, Diana. Let me see. What the meaning of dreaming? A beehive. Beehive is be good. That is sweetness. Anything with B with B is sweetness. Every time move up, come down all over again. Yeah, it's true. Judy, I had an inbox man for the information for the reading, Hans. Alright. A lot of people, let me tell you something, eh? People, let's say, mother, how you just do it? How you just, I listen. All I do is trust God. I just trust God to guide me. I trust the universe. I trust God with all my heart to guide me. So anytime I say, here what? Listen. I go in and walk this path in spirit and in truth. And I only want I ask God for wisdom to guide me, to show me the way through, so that I not be caught up, because there are a lot of things in this world that is not right too, you know. I want you to understand this. When I speak about positive ancestors, it's ancestors that have positive ancestors, and there are ancestors that are not so positive, you know, that you have to stay away from. And I would tell you that is why a lot of times people will tell you, take your time, don't rush, because the journey is a long one. It cannot be complete in one cycle. And in that, you need to stop. Okay, don't look at it too like serious, but take it as it go one day at a time, so that you'll be able to be easy on yourself. Because you to find God is something of love, it's something of joy, You can't find God if it is you're looking at you serious, the world serious. No. It's nothing but funani. To find God is but a childish love, you know. It's a childish love. Don't get waxed up with me and see me sit down here, you know. As a person, those people who know me, if I sit down here and I feel to bust a flip there, I bust a flip, you know. If I feel to go and lie down on the ground, I lie down on the ground, you know. If I feel that here what me feel like, watch me, it's like a childish love. But when it is you just walking wrong, angry, and your mouth twists up and the glow in your body just disappear. Yeah, it's a childish love to serve the Creator. Look at how the gurus done talk. Look how the greats say the Chinese them all, and they basically they like children. When it's time to be serious, they're serious. But when it's time to understand the universe is a beautiful energy. And only wants to bring you beautiful things. You think we pretty? You ever sit down and watch a field of roses or a field of flowers? You sit down and watch a sunrise or a sunset, how beautiful it is? You see how the water, the sparkle on the sun, the sparkle on the water. It is look like jewels. You see how gorgeous this world is? But I don't know. We just be caught up. We rather sit down and watch SpongeBob on the TV. We rather sit down and watch some big, I don't know. Me I know it. Whoever where's this Love and Hip Hop? I even know if there's Love and this whoever. Than observe nature. Most of us, we have a desire. We want to have a big house. We want to have a nice car. But sometimes your desire could be to go and see the tallest mountain. To see animals you never see in real. That you only watch on TV. Your desire could go and swim in a beach that's within a cave. Within nature, experiencing it in a different way altogether. And if you don't like nature, all right. But for a person to don't like nature is to don't like themselves. Because you are part of nature. That means something wrong with you. Me, I don't like nature. Nah, I can't. It means to say something is wrong with you. Because the earth, you have to walk on the earth. Because how you getting from point A to point B if you don't walk on the earth? And earth is part of nature. I tell you, have people who vain and full of, they're walking wrong in mass. They're walking wrong at mass. And they want the world to see them as something like they're walking wrong in mass. I tell you, no, the truth. They're walking in mass. But for back in no. But when spirit pull with the mass, you ever see them, they're walking on the road and their heels. Click, 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 click. The heels bending their poor foot. Foot in pain. Oh God, oh. I know it because I live it. Your foot in pain. But you have to wear the shoes because it had to look good. People had to see it. Poor thing, you nearly break your heel all how many times, but you need to be in it. How many times that has happened to us? Yeah, thanks. You're going fine?
Yeah, I'm going.
Thanks, baby. Let me make sure my eye clean. You know, that people here, oh God, she eye not clean. I'm making sure my eye clean. Oh, hey! Oh God, no, and then that's make me laugh, you know. Hey. So my eye make sure my eye clean, mother. Your Wednesday, mother, it make sure your eye clean there. Hey. I want to say that. Y'all they love me, say mother, make sure the eye clean there. Oh God. Make sure, because listen, people let's feel shame too much. We always get yamping we eye. We all is pum. We all is, you understand? It's a natural thing in life. With this, I tell you, we just fuss up too much. We just fuss up too much and put on this false mask, and you have to be real. What, mother, what is the difference between full moon in terms of cleaning house and spiritual baths? Okay, well, the full moon is like when the energy is at its fullest form, right? So a lot of times it have a lot of spiritual activity because the moon just light up the darkness. A lot of times people can see in the spiritual realms because it's like you're seeing in the other worlds. All right. And next thing too is that from new moon is like new energies, the beginning of something new. All right. So new moon is a good time to do spiritual baths too. And then you will get into full moon, where full moon is where the energy has to speak. So you want to make sure at that point in time, the positive energy in your life, surrounding your life, it has to speak too. You understand? Because if you have plenty negativity in your home and around full moon time, you go see it to have a lot of quarreling, a lot of bacchanal, things to set up. You understand? You see, people have to check themselves and realize too. Sometimes you're working every day and you might be working in a building that have a lot of spirit, earthbound spirit, a lot of wandering spirit. And people is had a guards and thing on the place, so you might be coming home and them spirit coming with you too, and they in your house and they having a time, and you telling yourself things so, but you're picking up spirit everywhere you go. There's spirit all around us. Go up the hill, girl.
How much time do you want?
5.
5 times.
Just go up there. You only wanted to think. You feel smart now. Only snack. No snacks, girl.
No,
drink water.
I didn't even
Yes. Hey, you must drink water. Oh. Here now. All they have me laughing here this morning. I don't know. Yes, lover. Is Rachel on it? Yes. Too much of them first pride. Yeah, you got to inbox me a Fisher. Eh? No snack. Not this morning. Too early. Drink water.
Please,
No.
Please.
Don't let me pick her whip here. I pick her whip on this live, you know. Oh, yeah. A little sorry about that. I had to deal with these two here. Every time you say I'm doing live, that the time they want to, that show you how smart you're in. That the time they want to come, they want this, they want that, they want the other, because they feel you're focused on something else. So they feel they could come in there now as a weak point and come for the kill, but not me. Yeah. Let me see, man. I really want to ask something personally. I had an inbox, my love. All right. I find every time I come to do a live, my live just go long. Thank you, Mother Joanne. Thank you, my darling. That is good, Cecile. That is good. It means your eyes beginning to see and understand. Let me tell you something. I tell you, yeah? When you are spiritually walking on this path, all right, you had to brace yourself to be strong. Brace yourself. You can't be no weak mind. I'm telling you one time, because the battle is be happening within your mind. You will see entities that will frighten you. You understand? That you cannot give in to. And you have to have a strong mindset to say, but what the? You understand? And you have to have a connection to the Most High God. Right? Watch. Look at your behavior. Look at your behavior in the back there. Look at your behavior in the back there. Say good morning.
Good morning.
All that sweetness is for snacks. No snacks for you. That is what she wants, snacks. You have to be a strong mindset so that you'll be able to face certain things when you see it. You understand? Yes. Anytime you dream sunset and the sun rising and things, that's be beautiful things coming in your life. One mother, if you feel the reason why you don't want to become spiritually awake, because you think your man won't love you anymore. Okay, so let me hit you. So all you know I'm young, right? So look at me. All you know I'm young. So let me tell you about my challenge. So all 16, 17 years, I getting heavy into spirituality and things. And one of the challenges I used to face as being a spiritual person, I used to say, boy, who go love me, boy? How am I going to, you know, who man go love me? Because I always talking some kind of wisdom thing. I always want to, you know, I see in life different and stuff like that. But I will tell you something. Once a person love you, they're going to love all of you. Let me tell you a little story time. Now. Come in. Yeah. So when I used to be in a spiritual place, right? So I was accustomed to having spiritual men around me. So a lot of times, you know, spiritual men would find me attractive because I was very powerful. So in spirituality, in attractions, spiritual people is be attracted to the most powerful person. So if you're in a church and the most powerful person is the pastor, everybody want the pastor. That is how it is be. And that is truth. If you in a Baptist or Richard, the person who manifests the most, whose spirit favor the most, everybody like them. Everybody want to be with them. But when you